Today, we'll be diving into some of the most mind-blowing and unbelievable facts about our universe. From galaxies that are literally colliding to stars that could erase us in an instant, let's see what the cosmos has in store for us. Buckle up and let's blast off. First up, let's talk about something that sounds like it's straight out of a science fiction movie: the Great Red Spot on Jupiter. This massive storm has been raging for over 350 years, and it's so large that 3 Earths could fit inside it. Imagine standing at the edge of that storm, feeling the intense pressure and winds. While Jupiter is far from us, it's a reminder that space is not always the peaceful, serene place we think of. But storms on gas giants aren't the only cosmic threats. Let's talk about something far more lethal: gamma ray bursts. These high-energy explosions occur when massive stars collapse at the ends of their lives. The energy released during a gamma ray burst can be enough to wipe out life on Earth in just a few seconds. What's scarier is that we can't predict them. They can happen anywhere in the universe, and if one were to occur in a nearby galaxy, the effects would be catastrophic. Now, if you think that's terrifying, here's something to blow your mind. There's a rogue planet floating through space. Yes, a planet that doesn't orbit a star. Instead, it drifts through the cold, dark void of interstellar space, completely alone. Scientists estimate there could be billions of these rogue planets, wandering silently through the cosmos. And while they may sound harmless, a rogue planet passing too close to Earth could disrupt our orbit or send us into a collision course with another celestial body. But the danger doesn't stop there. Did you know that the Milky Way is on a collision course with another galaxy, Andromeda? In about 4.5 billion years, the 2 galaxies will collide and merge into one massive galaxy, likely forming a new supermassive black hole at the center. This cosmic event is inevitable, and while humanity likely won't be around to witness it, the scale of this collision is almost incomprehensible. Space doesn't just hold terrifying threats, it also contains places that seem utterly bizarre. Let's talk about Titan, one of Saturn's moons. Titan is unlike any place in our solar system. It has lakes and seas, but they're not made of water. Instead, they're made of liquid methane. Yes, methane, the same gas we produce here on Earth, but in liquid form, flowing like water on Titan's surface. Imagine standing on the shores of one of these seas with the thick orange atmosphere and clouds of nitrogen swirling above. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's real. Speaking of strange places, let's zoom in on Venus, often called Earth's twin because of its size and composition. But make no mistake, Venus is nothing like Earth. With surface temperatures hot enough to melt lead and an atmosphere that rains sulfuric acid, it's one of the most hostile planets in the solar system. In fact, the pressure on Venus is so intense that it would crush a human in seconds. Contrast that with Neptune, the cold, distant giant. Neptune has the fastest winds in the solar system, reaching speeds of over 1,200 miles per hour. Imagine standing on the surface, if that were possible, and being swept away by winds faster than the speed of sound. Neptune may be beautiful, but it's a deadly place. Let's zoom out and take a look at something that could redefine everything we know. Have you ever heard of parallel universes? Some scientists believe that the universe we know is just one of many in a vast, multi-universe landscape. These universes could operate under different laws of physics, and in some of them, there could be versions of you living completely different lives. It's hard to grasp, but the idea that our universe is just a tiny part of a much larger cosmic puzzle is mind-boggling. Let's take a moment to appreciate some of the first pioneers of space exploration. Not humans, but animals. They might not have volunteered, but their contributions were essential to getting us to where we are today. First, we have Laika, the first animal to orbit Earth. Laika was a stray dog from Moscow, launched aboard Sputnik 2 in 1957 by the Soviet Union. While her mission was groundbreaking, it was also tragic. She didn't survive the journey, sparking ethical debates about the treatment of animals in research. But Laika's sacrifice provided vital information about the effects of space travel on living beings. Next, let's talk about Albert II, a rhesus monkey who, in 1949, became the first primate to reach space. He was launched aboard a US V-2 rocket, and though he didn't survive the return trip, Albert II paved the way for later human space flights. Then there's Félicette, a French cat who made history in 1963. She became the first and only feline to go to space, traveling aboard a suborbital flight and surviving the mission. Félicette's journey helped scientists better understand the impact of space travel on biological systems. And let's not forget Belka and Strelka, two Soviet dogs who became the first animals to orbit Earth and return alive. Their mission aboard Sputnik 5 in 1960 was a massive success. Strelka even had puppies afterward, and one of them was gifted to US President John F. Kennedy, symbolizing a rare moment of diplomacy during the space race. Finally, we have the tardigrades, tiny resilient creatures that can survive the vacuum of space. In 2007, they were sent into orbit aboard the European Space Agency's Photon M3 mission. Against all odds, these microscopic animals endured exposure to the harsh conditions of space and came back alive. Their incredible toughness proves just how adaptable life can be, even in the most extreme environments. Let's jump into something equally terrifying and fascinating: time itself. We all know about time travel from movies, but what if I told you that time can actually stretch and distort? Close to a black hole, time behaves differently. If you were to get near one, you'd experience something called time dilation. This means that while time would seem to slow down for you, for someone far away, the universe would seem to speed up. So, in theory, if you ventured near a black hole and came back, you could be thousands of years in the future. But beware, you might not survive the journey, because black holes can stretch you into long, thin strands, a process known as spaghettification. Time isn't the only thing that gets warped near black holes. Space itself is stretched. The gravity around a black hole is so intense that it bends the very fabric of space-time. This isn't just theoretical, scientists have observed it. The Hubble Space Telescope has captured images of light being bent around black holes. This effect, called gravitational lensing, allows us to peer into the distant past of the universe. Some of the most distant galaxies we've seen are over 13 billion years old, offering a glimpse of the universe just after the Big Bang. Now, let's shift gears and talk about Earth. It may feel like home, but even here, space holds dangers. Cosmic rays constantly bombard our planet from deep space. While they're mostly harmless due to Earth's atmosphere, they pose a serious threat to astronauts. Cosmic rays can damage DNA, increase cancer risks, and cause long-term health problems. Another unsettling fact is that Earth itself is losing its atmosphere. Yes, our planet is slowly leaking gases into space, and over billions of years, this could make our world uninhabitable. While it's not a threat for now, it's a reminder of how fragile our existence is. And here's something even stranger. Earth's magnetic poles are shifting. Scientists believe we're overdue for a pole reversal, an event that has happened many times in the planet's history. While this might sound harmless, a magnetic flip could temporarily weaken Earth's magnetic field, exposing us to more solar radiation. The effects on technology, wildlife, and even human health could be profound. Now, let's explore some of the most unique and groundbreaking missions in the history of space exploration. These are the moments that changed how we think about our place in the cosmos. First up is Space Shuttle Columbia, the first reusable spacecraft. In 1981, it launched with astronauts John Young and Robert Crippen. This mission marked a significant shift in space exploration, proving that reusable vehicles could reduce the cost and complexity of space travel. Then there's Anousheh Ansari, who, in 2006, became the first female private space tourist. Her journey to the International Space Station aboard a Russian Soyuz spacecraft inspired countless people around the world. She showed that space wasn't just for government astronauts. It was becoming accessible to private individuals as well. Another momentous mission was the first crewed flight of Blue Origin's New Shepard in 2021. Jeff Bezos, along with 3 others, reached the edge of space. Among them was Wally Funk, an 82-year-old aviation pioneer who became the oldest person to travel to space. This flight was a symbol of how private companies are redefining the future of space exploration. Finally, let's not forget astronaut Shannon Lucid. In 1996, she spent 188 days aboard the Russian space station Mir, setting a record for the longest single spaceflight by a woman at the time. Her endurance and contributions to science set the stage for future long-duration missions, like those aboard the International Space Station. These unique missions remind us that space exploration is as much about pushing boundaries as it is about redefining who and what gets to be part of the journey. As you can see, space is full of wonders, but it's also a realm of unimaginable dangers and mysteries. From the terrifying power of gamma-ray bursts to the mind-bending phenomena of black holes, our universe is a place where anything can happen. Who knows what other dangers are lurking out there, waiting to be discovered? So next time you look up at the stars, remember, It's not just the beauty of the night sky that's out there, it's the unknown. If you enjoyed these wild and terrifying space facts, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible videos. Let us know in the comments what fact you thought was the most interesting. And in the meantime, don't forget to look up.